Tonight we opened Stanford's 2026 AI, not as a press release, as a map of what actually changed for builders, buyers, and people using AI at work. Stanford HAI publishes the AI Index as a yearly scoreboard for capability, industry, geopolitics, adoption, and impact. The 2026 edition's headline tension is sharp. Models keep hitting harder on science, reasoning, and coding benchmarks, while the environmental and infrastructure cost of that climb becomes harder to ignore. Progress and price tags arrive in the same report. If you only scroll model launches, you get hype. If you only scroll regulation, you get fear. If you only scroll layoffs, you get panic. The index forces capability, cost, competition, and adoption into one frame so you can decide what to do Monday morning euros, not just what to argue about online. In this video, we will extract the findings that matter most. Surging benchmarks, industry dominance of frontier models, the US RAOO China performance race, energy and incident costs, uneven adoption, and a practical 5-step workflow you can run this week. Sources on screen. Stanford HAI AI, Index 2026, and the official takeaways essay. Always open the primary report before you treat any summary euros, including this one euros, as gospel. Capability is not plateauing. That is the first major takeaway, called out in coverage of the 2026 report, and it should reset how you plan tools for the next 12 months. Industry now produces the overwhelming majority of notable frontier models. Several systems meet or exceed human baselines on PhD-level science questions, multimodal reasoning, and competition mathematics. On a key coding benchmark euros, SWE, bench-verified euro performance rose from roughly 60% toward near perfect in about a year, according to index reporting. That is not a gentle slope. That is a cliff of improvement on a test that used to humble models. Translate carefully. Near perfect on a public benchmark is not AI Euro software engineering is solved forever. It does not mean every production system is safe, secure, and maintainable without humans. It means agent-style coding systems are clearing tests that used to separate toys from teammates. Workflows will change. Job design will change. How you evaluate a human plus AI pair will matter more than pure model leaderboard flexing at a demo day. If you lead a team, the question is no longer can AI write code? May. It is where do we require tests, review, ownership, and escalation euros, and where can agents draft the first 80%? The index is the scoreboard. Your process is the game. Geopolitics inside the index is equally important euros and more useful than nationalist cheering. The report is narrative includes a closing or extremely tight performance gap between leading US and Chinese models, with the lead trading hands multiple times since early 2025. That means the era of assuming one country permanently owns the quality ladder is over, at least on many public and semi-public scoreboards. The United States still shows advantages in producing top-tier models and certain patent impact measures, while China leads in publication volume, citations, industrial robot installations, and related industrial density. South Korea stands out on patents per capita in the Index's comparative lens. Different strengths, same race. For you as a user or product owner, the practical point is not nationalism, it is competition. Faster iteration cycles, more open-weight pressure, more price competition, more incentive for providers to ship useful features quickly. Multi-model strategies stop being optional hobbies. Keep prompts, evaluation sets, and pipelines portable across providers. If one country's models surge on a task your business cares about, you want to switch without rewriting your entire stack. There is a second scoreboard the index will not let you ignore: energy, water, and incidents. The index and related HAI coverage emphasize that breakthrough capability arrives with a rising environmental toll. Training and serving large models demand power and infrastructure at national grid scale. Documented AI incidents also continue to climb as systems touch more real workflows: customer data, code bases, medical notes, financial drafts. Smarter AI is not free. Someone pays in capital expenditure, electricity, cooling water, and risk management. That pairs with what we see in markets every week: data center siting fights, utility constraints, and toolmaker capacity races like the ASML story. When a product markets unlimited generation, ask what the unit economics assume. Free power forever is not a strategy. Unlimited tokens at zero marginal cost is marketing language, not physics. So right size by default. Prefer smaller models when quality allows. Batch and cache. Measure energy-aware cost if your provider exposes it. And treat safety incidents as first-class metrics: euros, not footnotes after a launch party. The index links capability and cost on purpose. Your roadmap should too. Adoption is uneven: euros, and that gap is where careers and companies are made. The index notes high generative AI usage in some countries and much lower self-reported adoption in others, even when the technology is globally available on the open web. Estimated consumer value in the United States is large: euros, on the order of hundreds of billions annually by early 2026 in index-linked estimates: euros, with median value per user rising sharply year over year. Capability is global. Captured value is not. That gap between capability and adoption is the installation layer. Organizations that wire AI into real processes: euro, with data access, evaluation, human oversight, and clear ownership: euro. Capture value. Organizations that buy seats and hope do not. Buying a license is not a transformation. Changing how a team drafts, reviews, ships, and measures work is. Services firms planning thousands of AI. Deployment engineers are betting on that installation layer. Consultancies, platforms, and internal Eurospace AI. Enablement are. Euro teams all exist because models do not install themselves into messy companies. The index helps explain why. The tech moved. The org charts and workflows lag. If you want leverage, become the person who closes that lag with checklists, templates, and measured pilots: euros, not slogans. Here is a practical loop built from the index, not from hype. Run it this week. Step 1. Inventory your top 20 recurring knowledge tasks: euro, the work that eats hours every month. Step 2. Mark which truly need a frontier model versus a small fast model. Be honest. Most drafting, tagging, and first-pass research does not need the biggest model on Earth. Step 3. Write evaluation checks: euro, not vibes are, for accuracy, tone, safety, and format. Step 4. Measure minutes saved and error rates for 2 weeks with a fixed sample. Step 5. Only then buy more capacity or more expensive models. If coding agents are near perfect on public benches, raise your bar for production. Tests, code review, and ownership still sit with humans. Agents draft, humans ship. If energy cost is rising, right size by default and cache aggressively. If competition is tight across countries and providers, keep prompts and pipelines portable so you can switch when quality or price moves. This is the AI Workflow Lab philosophy in one sentence. Measure ROI. Right-size models and install tools into workflows: euro, do not collect demos. The index gives you the macro scoreboard. This loop gives you a personal one. 3 signals to watch after the 2026 AI Index. 1. Do coding and science benchmarks keep rising? Or do we hit a plateau that shifts value from raw models to proprietary data, integration, and evaluation? 2. Do energy and water constraints start to show up as price and rate limit pressure for ordinary users, not only hyperscalers? 3. Does multi-model, multi-country competition force prices down while quality stays high AA euros? And will your stack be ready to switch? Source: Stanford HAI AI, Index 2026, and the HAI Takeaways Essay. Always open the primary report and methodology notes before you argue online or put a number on a slide. Summaries compress. Tables have footnotes. Good decisions respect both. The takeaway: capability is surging, costs are real, geopolitics is competitive, and winners install AI into workflows with measurement. If this map helped, subscribe to AI Workflow Lab R Euro. Practical tools, prompts, and workflows you can copy. No hype, just steps. Comment: which index finding changes your stack this month? Euro, benchmarks, energy, or adoption? See you next time.